Let us begin by reading the word problem out loud. The average 18-hole score for a beginning golfer is 100. Emmanuel shot a score of 10 below a beginning golfer. What was his 18-hole score? So let's begin our strategy for problem solving by analyzing the problem. Again, when analyzing the problem, the first thing you want to do is identify the question that's being asked. In this case, the question is, what was his 18-hole score? So we want to answer this question, and since we know the question that it is we want to answer, we actually now know what our variable is going to represent. So let us go ahead and assign a variable. Since the question was, what was Emmanuel's 18-hole score, we're going to assign our variable using the letter x to be x equals Emmanuel's 18-hole score. So again, it's simply the question reworded in the form of a statement. So let's go back to analyzing the problem. Let's see what other information we could get from the sentences given. Well, we know that the average 18-hole score for a beginning golfer is 100. But we know a little bit more. We also know Emmanuel shot a score of 10 below the beginning golfer. So let's go ahead and create an equation. So x equals Emmanuel's 18-hole score. So we'll start off with that. And now we know that his score is 10 below the beginning golfer. In this case, the keyword being below. So below is an indicator of subtraction. So since his score is 10 below the beginning golfer, and we're also given the beginning golfer score, we can actually finish off our equation. So the beginning golfer scores an average of 100. And we know that Emmanuel scored 10 below that. So we're going to have to go with subtraction because of the below and the number 10, which is again given to us. So there we go. Emmanuel scored 10 below the average golfer, or the beginning golfer. The beginning golfer. So now that we have our equation, let us go ahead and solve the equation. So we'll start off by copying down the original equation found in step 3. So it's going to be x is equal to 100 minus 10. So go ahead and do that off to the side of scratch work. So we'll do 0 minus 0, which is 0. And then next we want to do 0 minus 1. But we can't do that since 0 is less than 1. So we have to borrow from the 1 next door, which is going to become a 0. And our 0 becomes a 10. So 10 minus 1, we can do that now. That's going to give us a 9. So on the right hand side, 100 minus 10 is equal to 90. And on the left hand side, we have our variable x. So let us go ahead and state the conclusion clearly. So again, the question was, what was Emmanuel's 18-hole score? So response to that question is going to be, Emmanuel's 18-hole score was 90. Again, our conclusion is simply the question reworded in the form of a statement. So let us go ahead and check the result. So we're going to start off with the original equation, which is going to be x is equal to 100 minus 10. However, we know x is equal to 90, so we're going to go ahead and substitute that in. And now on the left-hand side, we can't simplify anything down, so let's go ahead and bring that 90 down. And on the right-hand side, we're going to have to do 100 minus 10. Well, we already shown that to be equal to 90, so we're going to go ahead and bring that down. And then we always ask ourselves, is the left side equal to the right side? In this case, 90 is equal to 90, so our solution is correct.